How's it going, everybody? Nick Daniels here, coming at you live, man, yet again. And today we're going to be talking about the newest Ant-Man movie and why I wasn't a fan. So hopefully, I think we're going to avoid spoilers here. That's the plan. So no spoilers. And if I accidentally say something, I'll cut it. Don't worry about it. So anyway, I went and saw Ant-Man there last night, the newest Ant-Man movie in the quantum realm there, and yeah, I was kind of disappointed. My expectations weren't really that high, to be quite honest with you, but I think one of the biggest problems with the movie, and this will just be a fairly quick review, again, spoiler-free, is I just didn't really care about the plot. You know, I tried, but I just didn't. Yeah, I just couldn't really care about that, to be quite honest. Like, there's just so many problems with the plot that could have its own video that I couldn't say at this time that I was necessarily the biggest fan of. You know, action was, it's fine. I find the CGI, like, for, like, a lot of the background, like you see in the trailer, that they're obviously in this big CGI'd world, and that's exactly what it looks like. It looks like a big CGI'd world. I mean, don't get me wrong, the effects are probably one of still the better things. The thing that gets me, though, is, like, I think Ant-Man was really good when he interacted with things in his environment that would be made onto a bigger scale that, would be comically pretty funny. Again, like a toy train or something being enlarged, that it almost now is like, it's a threat to the villain or something. So that not being really as prevalent in the movie is something I think that just kind of missed it. It just kind of missed the mark for me, to be quite honest. And former characters just don't really have a lot of glory in the movie. Like Hope, for example. I mean, she's got like basically 3 lines of dialogue, which is just really upsetting, right? Because again, like in the previous movies, I mean, she was just such a such a factor in the movie, and now it's just kind of there. They introduced a whole new cast of characters, of course, because you're a new movie and new world and new everything, and the only one you really care about is the villain of the movie, and I think he actually did a half decent job in the role. Technically, it's not his first appearance. Won't say any more than that, because that would be a spoiler, and might already be a spoiler, but that's fine. But yes, and I think he did well in the role that he had, and I'm hoping to see more of him. But hard to say. But yeah, so like I said, like the new cast they bring in, there's a bunch of new characters, are basically just NPCs, and like literally talking to my friend last night when we're leaving the theater, and our thought process was like, she's asking me about it. She's like, name one of those characters, name one of them, right? Exactly. They're not even named, right? They're just random things, people, or like creatures or whatever. So it just again shows that like there's nothing, right? There's nothing there, right? There's no name to these people. They're just nameless, faceless creatures and humans that are like along for the ride. And it's like kind of embarrassing, to the way I look at it. So I think that's really what holds the movie back, and they really try to stress out the Scott and Cassie relationship. And that's not a spoiler. It's always been like that. He likes his daughter, right? But again, I don't really feel the relationship so much in this movie. And then, like, we can't get too much into the plot, obviously. But again, like the plot, it's just like, I don't really care that much for it, It could be a lot better, but I don't feel we got there. I don't think it was like, I don't think it's a horrible movie, but I think we're currently in like a Marvel like burnout, where we're just releasing these movies, so frequently. And I think that's exactly what's happening, is that we're just getting burnt out by too many like superhuman movies. And we're just stuck in this thing of like, here's another one. And we could just use a break. Maybe that's what it is. So I don't know. But yeah, so that's kind of why I didn't really like Ant-Man. Hopefully without spoiling anything for you guys there. If you guys want a spoiler video of this, let me know and we can make that happen, because trust me, I'm really holding back on saying a few things. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.